Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel, thank you for tuning in, and welcome to this album review. So, in light of Rascal Flatts announcing the cancellation of their farewell tour, I figured now is as good a time as any to tackle all of their studio albums that I haven't touched before on this channel, and start a new series where I tackle, again, I've done previous reviews of 2017's Back to Us and 2009's Unstoppable. That leaves 8 more studio albums I haven't touched yet individually, and that's the start of a new series, starting here with their self-titled debut from 2000, Rascal Flatts. Released on June 6, 2000 on Lyric Street Records, this album saw Gary LeVox, Jay DeMarcus, and Joe Don Rooney as they first lost sight of the shore and began their journey as a group. Throughout the 11 songs, clocking in at 43 minutes and 33 seconds in length, this album features plenty of glimpses and traces of the all-time great musicians these guys would become. Their vocal harmonies, their ability to sing a cappella together, that's a selling point from the very beginning. And it's evident all throughout this album. Prayin for Daylight, which was their very first single. It's hard to believe that this poppy, upbeat composition is occupied by particularly crestfallen lyrical content, as Gary sings of wanting his lover back and that he won't get no rest until she returns. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight. And again, the group's a cappella vocal harmonies are at the forefront from the beginning. This Everyday Love expands on that with a more pleasant sound palette, marrying it with corresponding lyrics of all the things Gary loves about his woman. Her smile will be right there when I walk through the door, and it'll be that way tomorrow just like every day before. Whereas the band's contemporaries had a more nominally neo-traditional sound palette from at that time when this was released in 2000, the Flats had a poppier, more crossover-friendly, contemporary take on country music from the beginning, and they were derided as being a country boy band like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, a country version of that. That was a false critique and a derision that nearly derailed their career early on, but they would prove doubters wrong and captivate the hearts of listeners across the globe with this first album. While You Loved Me is the first power ballad in the Rascal Flatts canon, backed by nice, shimmery electric guitars in the song's bridge. The group showcased an early penchant for a poppier, adult contemporary overtones that sizzle like a hot bath. Some say is a tribute to how far the Flats had come already. There's that star, the one they said we'd never reach. That's particularly one of my favorite cuts on this album. Again, as a bit of a tribute to how far the Flats had come already, just to even make that first album and to take that first step. And, as they sing in the song's chorus, some say we're a couple of crazy kids. I say you gotta go with your heart, and baby, look where we are. See Me Through clocks in at over 6.5 minutes in length, still to this day the longest song in Rascal Flatts' discography, as Gary sings of stumbling in the early stages of a new relationship. Forgive me, I'm just learning as I go along. And he continues, see me through this mask I wear. Again, 6.5 minutes, only a bit of a slow burn, but that's perfectly fine. One Good Love relies on Gary's silky smooth tenor and the band's broader vocal talents. Gary sings of how his lover makes life worth living. You soften the fall of my tears. And there's some other pleasant imagery like that there as well. It's Not Just Me is among the album's most emotionally heavy cuts. Gary tells his lover to confess whatever deep-seated feelings she might be harboring for him. And the group sings so well together. Tell me you've had trouble sleeping, that you toss and turn from side to side, that it's my face you've been seeing in your dreams at night. Waiting All My Life, Gary expresses thankfulness to his woman for coming into his life and completing his quest for love. From Time to Time is one of my favorites on here, as the Flats would learn to do so well in later years. They make love sound so easy with a pleasant composition and heartwarming imagery. I think of you from time to time and in between. I love that line. Long, Slow, Beautiful Dance features lead vocals from all 3 Flats, and they sing so well together already, but they sound even just as great individually. Jay and Jodan are really good singers as they sing of the joys of building a family. And then I'm Moving On, the album's closing cut. This was the first truly transformative cut in the Flats discography. This one touches on introspection and coming to terms with where you are in life, the things that accepting what you can and can't change, and expressing the readiness to forge ahead. Before the band released the song as a single in 2001, a local DJ, I forget where it was, maybe it was in Nashville or something like that, a DJ at a local radio station had played the song when it was still a deep cut because his wife liked the song, and then that radio station got a call from a man in that area who said that he had been contemplating suicide at the time, but then he heard that song and it changed his life. And so many subsequent Flat singles, My Wish, I Won't Let Go, Bless the Broken Road, had that same effect, that transformative, life-changing effect that touches your soul and is a bit of a gut punch and a wake-up call. So the Flats heard that, and lots of stories like that rolled in regarding the song I'm Moving On. They released it as a single, it was a huge hit, and the rest is history. Again, this album spawned 4 top 10 singles: Prayin for Daylight, This Everyday Love, While You Love Me, and I'm Moving On. And as I mentioned, traces of the all-time great musicians that Gary LeVox, Jay DeMarcus, and Joe Don Rooney would become are evident all throughout this album. I don't dislike any song on here by any stretch of the imagination. See Me Through is a bit of a slow burn. As I said, that's perfectly fine. Excuse me. It's perfectly fine being 6.5 minutes long, but it is a bit of a slow burn. So, I mean, of course, I can handle it. I just hope if you're even more cynical of a listener than I am, hopefully you're able to tolerate a song that drags out just a little bit. Again, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button if you did. Be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Go jam to Rascal Flatts. Until next time, take it easy.